I'm going to do a video today about the fake out, which is something that happens very regularly in the market. We're going to discuss that and the concept of past approach and reaction. Thank you. Okay, so what we have here is an old high in supply, and you'll see here that it got faked out and price came back down again. Now, we'll go over and take a look at the zones in here where one would have traded when price got back. So into the 5 minutes. You see there's the high there. So we'll take a little look at the zones here. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 zones there. Let's go and see them out here. Here in the M30, you'll see this is a pretty good one. It's basically a Quasimodo level here. And there, of course, is the very last supply in this whole zone. Now we'll get rid of this line. So there they all are. You will see that price was compressed all the way up into here as price had left it. Showing you that it's not very strong anywhere in these levels for supply. So somewhere around here is where you're going to start looking for shorts on it. So we've marked our decision points anyway, where we'd like to start thinking about going short. So we'll go over to what happened on price return and see what did happen. So okay, when price got back to this supply here, it actually spiked it, which lets you know it's quite possible that price is going to get to the next supply. Yes, it's not going to get there straight away all the time. There's no point buying a break of this supply and expecting it to go up straight to the next one. You've got to see what happens. So price came down onto this SR, onto this RS, and came back up into this supply again, and came down and then flagged, went up to the next zone. Up at the next zone, you got a nice reaction to it. It came down to, you'll see in the M1, you see price got to the decision point, broke this low here. So you'd actually think price is going to come down somewhat after breaking this low. It went back up deeper into that supply, back down, flagged, broke down. You'll see where it came down to this decision point here and came back up to the original decision point supply for a Quasimodo here, and with that Quasimodo price is going to go down. Price went down to the origin of this move here. So this zone still hasn't been broken and it worked as a QM there. Let's move on. Once again, this zone is respected. So now price here is clearly breaking that supply zone, no problem whatsoever to it. Actually breaks the next supply zone. Let's see what happened there. Price is very strong moving up, really strong moving up. Price got into the next supply zone. If you were selling it there, then you're going to get price shooting against you, breaking that zone and coming back down again. Now you don't know what's going to happen here, but if you took a touch trade there after breaking it here, you might be thinking of getting out of your shorts that you took. Not a big loss when price comes down to here. So then price gets back up into the final supply zone and it comes down and it engulfs this price action area here. So it's looking possible that price could be, that the bears could be gaining some control here. With this drop here, you see that it's engulfed this. You're going to get buyer after, or seller after seller after seller. You're going to get loads of sellers here. And when it got to the decision point here to break this high, the sellers got taken by the buyers, and this is the big guys. They are buying this and they're going to make it look really bullish here. They're going to break this high, and then they're going to start putting in sell orders and sell orders and sell orders here to take out these demands here. And then there's one final push up over the actual top of the old supply. Now, there you go, you have a breakout. Everybody who's been selling from down here is getting really panicked. They sold here and they sold here, and look, price is now shooting up. There's loads of liquidity here. With that, they're going to really panic and they're going to start getting out of their positions. They're going to start taking their losses. Now, with them selling here, their stop losses are buy orders here. Now, what do the big guys want? They want to sell like crazy. And how do they get to sell? With loads of buy orders against them. And the buy orders are the stops, giving them loads of orders to trade against. So they can start selling here like mad against those buy orders, bring price down to the start of the pole, try and get back up again and put in more sells here, because you've got your buyers getting involved again with this break up here. Buyers, buyers, buyers. Great, we can sell and sell heavy. So they do. They sell heavy down. We engulf this area here. We get back down to the tip of this old supply that we had, which is an old supply here as well, and a decision to break up here and start buying again. Where do we buy to? We buy as far as this level here, where it was breaking down through that compression. Lovely decision point there. There's very little supply left here. Everything's really been spiked as we go. So that's a great place to go putting in more short orders. But okay, to the important thing, which is the fake out. Now you see that price has broken the high here, and yes, everybody's going to start buying, or they're going to start closing their sells by buying. But could we have known where this was going to stop? Could we have known that this is a fake out? Well, there's a very good chance of it being a fake out, and you knowing that it's a fake out simply by looking further back into the past. So out we go, look into the past. There's our old high over there. Let's mark a line on it. $163. Okay. Now, if we want to start putting sells on here, we've always got to know what this in itself is a reaction to, which means we've got to look at the last time price was at this level. So we go over here. And historically, yes, it is a good level. It held price down over here. It's been tops and bottoms of flags around the place. It held price down here. It held price up there. It's been demand and supply and demand as it goes. But let's see the last place that it was. So, okay. Here is the old high. That is a nice level. It's been holding price there and here, and it's supply there. It's an okay level. But really, it's just an RS flip that it touched there. If you wanted to actually sell price when it came back to this level again, where is it that you want to sell it? Well, I should imagine that you would want to really sell it, not so much at this resistance support level here, but you'd want to go into this supply level here, into true supply. This is where you would really want to sell, at this old real supply level. So, there's where price faked out from, or broke out from. Let's see where price actually hit. Well, what do you know? It actually broke out right to the very pip. See this on M1? There it goes. Right into that actual pure supply that price wanted to get to. I'm sure that if you got the M1 history of back there, you would actually find to the pip where the decision was made. So yes, we did have a breakout, but it was to a beautiful decision point, an absolute pure supply. Not only were there loads of stop losses here for people that went short there, which were buys, But your big guys had also known they had many sell orders left from that supply which was there. So this was a breakout, but it was absolutely a fake out to an absolutely fantastic supply level and brought price back down again. There we go. Where price wanted to get to on this was not necessarily into supply here, because the supply was just an RS flip. It wanted to get to true supply just above. If you're short on any of these supplies, you've got to see that up here there is the chance of a fake out, and it's going to go to true supply and come back down again. Now, you have your past. Your past is way back. It is the supply before the supply. It is what the supply was reacting to. Your approach. You see that you've got price getting to your supply and coming down, touching support, resistance, resistance, support, blowing up in through. This is a massive move up. A massive move up is pretty good. It's not going to go on forever, so it makes it look really bullish. And when something looks really bullish, your novices are going to think it's going to go on forever. So they're going to be buying into this and buying into this. And once it breaks, your novices are going to get really excited, thinking we've got a massive move here. It's going to go on forever. And you just catch them at pure supply, get yourselves in against all their buys, and you've got yourself a great move.